Good morning, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
Evening.
Good evening.
I just a little bit nervous because this is my first time.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you wanna introduce yourself shortly.
Okay. My name is Tiffany Berens Derek, but everyone calls me Fanny. Or maybe you can call me Day because some of them call me Day, the simple one. Okay, in this occasion, we will talk about the importance of a policy in using social media in the era of globalization. As we know that in this era, social media is very important for our life, right? So in that way, we need to keep our policy, our politeness to using it because in some of people who ignore the policy of using social media, they will get a lot of trouble or problem. Okay, guys. I think all of the audiences and participants at this discussion use social media, and I just want to know how much influence does social media have in your life? It's like maybe what did you get and what is the influence that you get while using social media?
Fanny, can you see someone who raises their hand? You can
Okay.
choose them.
To Muhammad Iqbal Tawakal.
All right, so thank you very much for the question. And yeah, it's quite an interactive question and interesting for me because yeah, nowadays we cannot separate social media as our part of our life. So but yeah, so if you ask me like how much influence does social media have in on my life, I think I will say yeah, social media has a big part of our life currently, especially in my life as well. Uh, I will have like a different behavior or something priority that I do in a day. Uh, like if I use social media in that day, or if I will not use it, because when I decided to use or install some application, especially social media in my smartphone, currently sometimes like we forget our time and we just spend all the time for scrolling and watching something in social media. But suddenly like it will be different if we decided to not use social media, and that's the things that I do sometimes. And until like this day, I mean like it's almost 2 months for me to not using social media, and I feel yeah I became more productive because yeah uh, because I can't use my times in a good things, learning something new, and that's really different when I was like just focused or decided to spend more time in social media. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Muhammad Iqbal. But you say that you didn't use social media for 2 months, and what do you do when you didn't use social media?
All right, so thank you very much for the question. Yeah, when I like did not use social media anymore, I can learn anything. Like I took a course, I took a boot camp to improve myself, be better, and to get better quality of my life, especially like just focus on my education, just focus on creating something good for people. And I guess that's quite good enough than just like spending a lot of time in social media. Thank you.
That's the good and the best behavior, I think, because you get improvement from leave something and you get a improvement, new thing that create for your life in the future.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. And for maybe for Ekalita.
Thank you, Miss, for the opportunity. Uh, for housewife like me, of course, social media can add my insight, um, but in other side, I really confused for the people that didn't appreciate the others' opinion and then start to attack and using the irritating and intimidating words. And it, to be honest, we will defense, right, and we will doing stupid things or using stupid words. And but in my opinion, social media, yeah, basically is very useful for our life if the social media using with the wise and positive, of course, because we have a wild the worldwide insight of us. But if social media is using for politics, I didn't agree, because like spread the hoax and make the temperature of the politics is increasing. Of course, it's not healthy anymore, and it can be very dangerous for the society, because they will be have a polarization. um, uh, and according to my opinion, as a society, we cannot um, push into dividing condition, because the matters is ours, right? So we will have to answer it together, not divide it or hate each other. The opinion is still opinion, but you have to be cautious and careful and wise when you suitable the answer with the condition. And a second and then the Procons. Procons is healthy as long as you put it in the right side, because sometimes Procons is like you just white and black, that's all. But in the reality, everyone have the different condition. The details is not always the same, like working mother and not working mother. It's depend to the condition, right? You cannot say that the working mother is better, it's not working, and not working is better from the working. It's just an example. The Procons is not like that. Procons is like alternatives, and you for the decision, it's really very 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 apa ya maksudnya, it's not general, but it depends to the condition, yeah, something like that. And I think um we have to be um we have to be more positive, yeah, when we using the social media. Don't see the others that have different perspective with yours is like your enemy, or stupid or something like that, and they lost their control, and they being rude to you because your behavior. If you didn't agree with them, you can give a smart argument, and or funny argument, opinion, or maybe you just block them, or um, avoid them if you can stand to the opinion, but don't hurting people that maybe don't have same opinion of you, or maybe they don't have as much as knowledge as you, so they're also digging the information, they're also processing. And so I think yeah, maybe the attitude is priority, because people can be nice to you if you are nice to them too, and they can be rude if you are rude too. That in my opinion, your attitude your attitude and character is your reflection, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Ekalita. I'm totally agree with your opinion and with your answer, because sometimes people always judge other people, but actually they don't know what is them. It's like they always think that their opinion is the best one for the other.
Yes, miss, right.
Okay, thank you. Or maybe we can to Mr. Jackie. Time is yours.
Thank you, Miss Benny. The discussion suddenly just turns very interesting. Well, talking about the influence what social media have in my personal life. Well, I believe it's not only me, but it's also happening to others that social media has been currently becoming the primary source of information that people use. So that when it becomes the primary source, it creates the habit that probably happened to me and yours, which is the FOMO, first off missing out, because we are looking at with the all information, regardless whether or not it's a hoax or is it not, through social media. I'm not talking about the platform, the social media itself, but I'm talking about how it becomes something that we are looking up every day, every single time, and it's habitually infecting ourselves personally. As a person who's actually very bored with life, I believe a lot of quarter life people, which means like when they are in their 20s, social media is our escape. I'm not. That's the reason why it really, in fact, influenced me, inflicts me to the point where I know it's really bad, because it already creates the psychological effect to me as what I mentioned, which is FOMO, for some missing out, which I believe everyone does influenced by social media. Even though we notice that social media is changing over the years, like we used to use Facebook, I believe the host is using Facebook as long as I am, because I believe we are the same old, and it really changing so fast. Like we're suddenly swifted to Instagram, or even right now we're focusing so much on social media for communication, like WhatsApp, where it becomes also like a business platform to communicate. So how does it influence my life? It really does influence. Not only that, it's psychologically affected me, but it's also like impacting the business strategy, where you can actually connect with people through the social media like WhatsApp or Line, that if you take out social media just like one day, I do believe that everyone is suddenly like a freezed, like a frozen. They cannot even move. But I do believe for whoever saying about that when they didn't use social media like for 2 months, uh, I used to have that experience, but it's just 1 month. I lost my phone and I was so productive. I thought that what could I use for spending my life for a day, not even a month, but a day. I read a book, I watched a lot of movies, I cleaned a lot of my, uh, what is that called? Like plates and stuff. Yeah, I do chores, exactly. It did influence how I behave every single day. I think this discussion should also bring up about how psychological effect from the social media and also how it becomes the primary source of information and communication to others. And that what really affected me so far. Um, I couldn't recall anything regardless of those two, but I believe anyone probably could bring up. Well, because if Miss Ikalita bring up about the cyberbullying, I'm recently, because I'm still private in my social media, so I don't really recently experience the cyberbullying. But if everyone does, please do share your opinion. I do love the fact that it's also really related with social media. I think that's also Miss Penny. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for Mr. Jetty. And maybe to go to next slide.
We still have one, Putri. Don't you
Oh,
just leave? Nature her. More
okay.
her here.
Oh yeah. Sorry, because I think my connection. Okay, to Miss Putri, time is yours.
Putri, are you there? Okay, we go to the next slide.
Okay, everyone. As we know before, it's like the what your opinion before about the influences of social media while using it. So I think there are a lot of impacts of social media, start from positive impacts and also the negative impacts. Maybe anyone know, and I just wanna know, and what do you get from using social? I mean, uh, the positive impacts and the negative impacts that you get from using social media based your experience. Okay, to Miss Ekalita, time is yours.
Thank you, Miss, for the opportunity. Of course, the impact of the social media, if we use wisely and positive, it's we have a lot of um, positive impact for us, mostly inside. Yeah, if there is no hoax, no stupidity in social media, and like I said, social media as instrumental politic instrumental. It's the very stupid things because you are divided your own nation, your own society, and you don't give a damn to them. Yeah, but if you using it very wise, of course you will be collect many smart opinion and worth opinion and wise, of course, like the procons is for alternatives, it's not for debate. If you there is so many problems out there, right? Like the babies have the problem also, like the ASI, and with formulas we are, if we are stupid we will uh, say that this is better with this is it's in the general, it's the you but you have make sure the condition every baby is different, and they have about the taste, the option, the characters. It's very specific. So the Procons is not to debate. It's for to um analyze more and give the babies more alternatives. It's just for the babies, but in for other matters, the Procons also will have used really more advantage, like maybe like for the example, when we are discussing about IKN for the recently matters, and of course we have to concern about the preference, right? We are catching the IKN, but it's not for our nation, not for our society. You will make another problems, big problems, and while your own society need to take care of first, you have to recover their economics first. They have to put become the preference of their own nation. It's not identical political identity, like the for some people said, because they are too lazy to take care of your own society and the majority. Because if you didn't take care your majority will be like Indian, like aborigine. Do you want they have marginalized in their own nation? Of course, I think you have to um, clarify this matter first before you spending the money for everything. You have to make sure uh, what is your bill, it's for whom, that what is your preference. It's for the first time that you have to consider. And then for negative, yeah, of course, the cyberbullying, it's very negative. The hoax, it's very negative, and it will be like cyberbullying. You can make the some people depression, right? Because and you make the social media is like useless and stupid instrumental, because you fill it with the useless things, yeah, the root. But if you can maximize them, of course it will be very effective for everything. Like you you see the DPR, they cannot overcome many matters, but if they can have the input from social media, and they can function as as they are, of course it will be make a lot of difference, and it will be um, saving the money, right? You don't have to put the numbers every year, but the quality is awful, and for some parents they didn't want the kids become the representative. Because what? It's not because the salary is big, but they have no honor to preference their own nation and society. Their numbers is a lot, but they cannot do anything for the country, and that's a pity. And the negative uh, it's for like pornography, and like nowadays is fraud like for mobile banking stuff. Of course it make the social media is become threatened for some people. But if you like I said, the social media is building from the big money, right? It's the founder, the smart people building this, not for the destructive and negatives. And maybe we have to consider again, yeah. So don't wasting the big things for the useless things, yeah.
Okay, thank you to Miss Ekalita. Uh, you say that pornography is one of the negative impacts of using social media. So
For kids,
please,
maksud aku.
yeah, please give us your opinion about the children who know or who watch that video, because in this era of globalization, some of children have done use social media, and sometimes they go to bad impacts of social media. So how to overcome that?
Yeah, that what I want to say, that the social media is being negative because they are spread the pornography, right? But pornography is, I think it's for adult, and there is the minimized ages, right? So you cannot put it in the public consumption. It's too careless, and that's why I said that the social media is to be preserved. It's like jungles too, but it's for human brain. And if you are if you care, you won't put the pornography in sembarang area tuh apa ya, in the apa sih in the public area. You have to be, maybe you have to clarify the ages first, and it's also not everyone can access that. And it's really for adult, not um under that, because like we see nowadays the children is, they lost their innocence, yeah, as a children, but they also not adult. So I don't know, maybe they become a monster, something like that. It's because you are careless of the public section, and mostly in for like television, also for everything. It's a public, you have to concern and preserve and take care of it from the kids, yeah. But if for adult, it's of course it's different kind of discussion, yeah. But like the movies, cinemas, you have to causes for the consumption. If the kids there, of course you cannot give like 17 plus or 21 plus for the kids that under age. Of course it's very dangerous, yeah, because the kids is, they have to diasuh itu apa sih bahasa Inggrisnya, parenting ya. They have to, yeah, they have to have a good parenting, yeah, because there are the kids, it's like a paper, white paper, right? So it's depend to the guidance, the parent, depend to us how we can take care our kids, yeah. And the pornography, of course, will make them mess, because it's not their needs. Pornography, it's not the kids needs. The kids needs is study, and they have a play, yeah. Play is their need. And also maybe they have to um apa banyak membaca tuh ya, much reading, good characters, decent moral, good moral, something like that. That's the kids have to do. And they also have to be teach about the religion, um how to behave, something like that. And yeah, if you give the kids pornography from the very start, you will ruin them. And giving is not only that we give to them their hand, not, it's not like that. But the easily access for them to the pornography, it's also you are giving them uh the negatives item, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Miss Ekalita. That's the great answer. I think the conclusion is the role model or the main character of kids is their parents, right? So the parents have to keep and guide their children to the good way.
Yeah, I agree about the parent controls, but I think it's too heavy if you are delivered such a thing to the parent, mostly if the parent is very busy to earning the money and the economic is so tense. Of course, we cannot we cannot give them more burden if they in their life they have a lot more burden. But if the parent is just like me, like a housewife, we can asking them the parent control. But if they are working, or both of them is maybe like ojol or something like that, in my opinion is uh, justru the government have to give them apa sih nih, daycare, something like that. Maybe because in like in the Finlandia, maybe I didn't mean to discussing luxury things, right? But like daycare maybe is a need for some parents that have very limited for to take care of their children, because if you are pushing them into the limit and they cannot take care their kids, and then the kids will be criminals or bullying, like and you have to send them to the children prison, or they will be um ancaman threatened with your own society, right? So maybe we have to more details about the parent controls, mostly if our country is very full of tents. Yeah, maybe we have to clarify this.
Okay, thank you for your nice answer. Uh, I think the next speaker is to Mrs. Putri.
Thank you, Miss Winnie, for the opportunity. It's a great discussion. This is my first time joining OTA discussion. My friend share about this information, so I joined tonight. And the topic was really good, and also Miss Ekalita, Muhammad Iqbal, and also Mr. Dedi Mustari already give some perspective about the influence or the impact of social media in our lives. But I want to share from my side, from my perspective. First thing first, social media have a great influence in my life because I'm also working as a social media strategy. So mostly every day I use social media approximately but 7 to 9 hours. So I do a lot of things with Instagram. I'm doing live Instagram live for institution, Instagram live for official organization, and also we also doing a lot of things with Instagrams. So and I also contribute in, if you guys have heard Sekolah Laboratorium Pancasila, I contribute as one of speakers that that we have to visit a school in Jakarta. So I have opportunity to visit junior and senior high school. So I meet a lot of Gen Z who has ability to use in social media every day. So what I get when I meet them, when we sharing our thoughts together, what makes social media give back impacts to the students or to the child is because the lack of knowledge. So yeah, just it's and also the lack of knowledge of the parents and the teachers. They don't know how to use social media that give positive impacts. I mean, like we use social media every day, but we can choose for what we use that social media. Social media is like a food, food that we give input to ourselves. But the difference is we input from food is we use our mouth, right? But social media is different. We use our eyes and also our ears, and we will source the things that we get from social media in our brain. If the input is something bad, so our brains will also feels the damage, or I mean like our cells in our brains day by day will go how I can say it, sick, like they cannot functionally optimums because the input was wrong. But if we get the inputs from positive sides, so the brains will grow, our mindset will grow every day. That happens to the students in junior and high school. So this is also have domino effect with character building in Gen Z generation. So in my opinions, we cannot separate ourselves from social media. We have to be friendly with social media, but we have to acknowledge, we have to spread the awareness how to use social media wisely, not only to the students but also to the teachers and the parents, to get or to build a strong community with a good characters. We have to collaborate. So not only the child or the children, but we also have to collaborate with students, teachers, parents, and also governments, and also media. We also have a strong communication with MNC, and also because we need to reduce a lot of content that didn't educate our young generation in Indonesia. So we have to put a lot of educative content to our media, especially television, because there is a lot of our young generation still watch television, even though some of them prefer watch YouTube or scrolling on Instagram or TikTok, but the television viewers also still the biggest still a lot of community watch television in Indonesia. So that's why we also have a great will communication to MNC, but we hope we can collaborate to another media in the future. We still working on it. I think that's all. Maybe if you have any question or you need to sharing more about this, we can talk about it later. Thank you so much, Miss Day, for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you for your nice answer. I think what you said before is part of the netiquette or netiquette of using internet. Yeah, an etiquette of using internet. It's like spread knowledge and then use proper language, something like that. Okay, thank you. Maybe go to the next slide, slide, please. Okay, this what will happen if we don't use social media properly? It's like same with we don't use social media wisely. Maybe there are a lot of something happen in your life if we don't use social media properly because uh, some of negative impact I think who will come. Anyone want to give Jason or give experience? How to Miss Eka Lita?
Thank you, Miss, for the opportunity. Of course, if we didn't use the social media properly, like I said, if you are using social media for political instrument, you will divide your own society. It will be polarization, and the society also will be stupid, yeah, because they didn't recognize the real problems and what is advantage for their society and nation, because they are using by some people for their goals. It's not the nation and society goals but theirs, yeah. And the second, if you the apa for can be distract the kids, like I said, the pornography, you are too idealism to pursue parents to have the uh, control parents, but you didn't care how much they are trying to fight for their life, or maybe the parents didn't have the capacity, because not everyone can be the parent, although they have money, they have power, they have everything, but parent is a caring parent is like competence, and if you push them into the limit, it's useless for the some parent. They didn't know how to um, using the parent controls in the gadget, and their kids is much smarter. So who will take the responsibility for the make sense, the government or the parents? Of course the government, the answer, because the government have the more power and more competence, yeah, right? And then the second, like I said, that um, if we didn't use social media properly, we will ruin our nation, apa sih maksudnya, our society, ya, like hoax it's make what is the use for the hoax if we want to digging deeper, right? What is the advantage if your society is stupid? What is it the advantage if your society is careless? No, you don't have the advantage, but the disadvantage, because your country will be not safe, not comfort, everyone in disputes, and everyone will see the other party as their enemies. Like I said, Procons is alternatives. It's not the choices, but alternatives, and the choices is made by the condition. The right condition will decide which is the alternative is suitable for them. Not every mother is suitable for working job, and not every mother you can push them being a housewife, but you have to see the characters, the condition, etc., etc. Yeah. So what will happen if we don't use social media properly? Of course, we will destroy our country and society.
Okay, I think this still about the parents. So okay, so because the parents always so the parents have to take care of their kids. I think opinion is like that. But it's not totally for the it's not the totally of the responsibility of the parents, right? Yes, for the kids maybe, but there are a lot of options. It's like the parents can to what the prohibition from their account, Google account. There is a settings to what sold their children watch, right? Okay, there is a so yes, thank you to Miss Ekalita. Maybe Miss Putri want to share something.
Yep. It's getting hot here, yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Alright.
pro.
Okay. I would like to interact with Miss Ekalita just a few minutes. Is it the parents or the government? If you refer to China, Finlandia, or Taiwan, it's not apple to apple with Indonesia because Indonesia use ideology Pancasila, while the government of China is they use socialism. So socialism means like everything is on the government side. So as a we can say is as a citizen, we cannot do anything. So, but in Indonesia, we use the ideology of Pancasila. So we have a law. We have the parents still have the biggest role to create their children, even from the children was born until they die. So I think it's not apple to apple with if we how I can say it, membandingkan. It's not compatible.
Compare.
Yes. If we compare to China or Finlandia, it's just not it's not compatible. It's not apple to apple. Yeah, thank you so much. Then I want to answer the question about what will happen if we don't use social media properly. I think the most things will happen is individualism.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, social media increase individualism. And also for the young generation, it will create consumer, young generation, it's only can consume everything, but they didn't have the ability to create something. So yes, individualism, consumerism, and also how I can say it, they just don't pay attention to their to their sekitarnya, how I can say it.
Around
Yes.
the yeah.
They just don't pay attention to a society around them. So we can find it in our young generation. If our neighbor have passed away, our kids or our children don't even going out from their room. So it's happened right now because of individualisms. So it will decrease their empathy to the society around them. I think that is the bad impact of the social media that happened to our young generation right now. Thank you.
Okay, I probably agree with your opinion because when we use social media, sometimes we ignore our environment. We just focus what we do or what we watch in social media, right?
Miss, can I give some additional explanation?
Okay.
I don't want to. I want to clarify it. It didn't anything with the ideology. It's pure how you take care your society. But the ideology is for the political life, how you arrange the political life, how you manage your economic society, something etc. etc. In China and Taiwan, I mean that I didn't allow the kids is keluar sekolah, tapi ya maksudnya kayak di sini kan the student can bolos ya, can bolos and they can out of the school they can tawuran. It's nothing to do with the ideal things. What ideology things, nothing. But it's that the we didn't the effort is not maximum yet, yeah, because the kids, it's maybe like when they're choosing their school, when they are digging their potential, when they are like I said, when in the learning hours, why can they go anywhere, not in their schools? It's not you don't have to be a communist first to discipline your children, not like that. And how the counseling class, the counseling school, uh how they work, it's not communist, it's not Finlandia, it's not like that. But how we use that to overcome the problems between the kids and their home, their supporting system, and with their own school. And like economics for the parent, because the ambition also, for some parent maybe they don't have money, but for some parents they have money, but they have a ambition that cross their kids, and the kids cannot enjoy the school, or the kids is having problem to follow the discipline of the schools. So it's not maybe it's not also related to the corruption, maybe unless for the budget, yeah, maybe for the budget it related to the corruption. But how you take care of the kids, it's not depend on that, right? But it's depend on the habit in the society, the itself. Because sometimes when the kids is didn't fit with the schools, didn't fit with the choices, for some kids that will be messed up, but for some kids they can force themselves. And yeah, I'm just talking about the natural things. And I like I said, it's not like luxury things, yeah, like in the Finlandia kan, the daycare-nya kan very luxury, not like that. But maybe it's like, maybe if the parents cannot take care their kids, maybe the government can give some social service, but they can pay with their own effort, and maybe our taxes can be have contribution for that. So what is the benefit? Of course, there's a lot of benefit. When your kids can be teach well done, you will have the good and strong apa young generation like China and Taiwan and etc. They have some they have some effort for doing the job, right? But it didn't mean that we have to the discipline is very specific, yeah, because the apa every country have different this the different treatment, but the important things is what is effective for them, so they want to enjoy the school, they want to be the school, they want to learn during the time of school, and after that they want to doing their homework, something like that, and they want to digging their potential like singing or everything they like, just that. So if they are enjoying their activity, they won't ruin the society, because like I have friend, then the mother and the friends is very negative about her, so she never study. But if although she never study, she is so smart, she can enter the university apa the public university, and when she know the positive image of her, she totally change 180 degrees, and her IP is 3.5 from 1.8. You can imagine that. It's because we didn't recognize our potential children potential. And for some parent, they recognize the children as labeling negatives. They didn't know that they have jewelry in their houses. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that's the great opinion. To, but maybe we can give opinion in the next slide. Please go to the next slide. So, as we know that there are a lot of people type of people while using social media, especially in our country. Please kindly share your notion about what do you think about social media users in our country. Is it prudent or deficient? Maybe to Miss Putri.
I think we have to hear some voice from the male side first. Let's give them opportunity.
Can I, Fanny? Can I share my thought?
Yeah.
Okay. After listening to lots of perspective tonight, what do you think about social media users in this country, prudent and deficient? Well, talking about prudent and deficient, it refers to as users. I personally focus on the talent, the users, which might be, oh, sorry, who might be protective. I mean that the social media is, sorry, the social media tends to divisive, means that the social media serve uh, whether it is negative or positive, it depends on the users. They can create, they can provide, or they can serve the negative content or the positive content. But we can we can select which one we need. Means that when we need a positive, when we consume, when we nourish our brain, our cognitive with the positive content, the algorithm will go to the positive uh, content afterward. So in education sectors, I try to provoke how do we create a productive students if the educators are not productive. It means that uh, they sorry not they a person is lazy to create to create or to learn divergence. For instance, when we are good at mathematics, why we don't try another skills, another discipline knowledge? In order to not be convergence, we have to learn everything in order to be divergence. Means that we are good at English, try to learn uh, try to learn deeper about specialization, but we do not neglect the how to say generalizations to nourish our brains with a lot of views, with a lot of standpoints. In order to be wise as users of social media, what Miss Putri said that when we are scrolling and scrolling and scrolling because we have been addicted to algorithm, or what Mr. Adedi said earlier, what Mr. Adedi has alluded before, talking about escape. The easiest escaping nowadays for the youth goes to social media rather than they go to they tell to their friends. They will go to social media with their status. The funny thing is what I met several months ago, the people attempt to measure another people from their status. For instance, um, my family is sick. My family is in hospital, but I try to make a status how to check your awareness as my friend. If you care with my status and you give response, okay, bro, get well soon from your parents, family, and so on. It means that you care of me. It it affects, but not a lot. How to create a massive project means that try to join it. We try to amplify the positive energy in order to resonate the positive vibes to lots of people. Not only comment, not only how to say, you give a comment, but comment will affect, will solve, will overcome the problem. That's not a massive solution to overcome it. For instance, in education sectors, the way how to engage uh, English environment, we have to give them to speak up, give space them to speak up. We offer them, we invite them to engage to speaking up without how to say, with underestimating. You are right and you are wrong. When you practice means that you are good. And later, day by day, month by month, years by years, you will get improvement. But they need appreciation. And moreover, nowadays the youth easily got how to say, got stressed, got depression. Maybe in a real life, the lack of existence. That's they show up existence, their existence on social media. Whatever they posted, as far as I know, as far as I'm concerned, that the people nowadays show up everything on social media without any editorialization, without any filtering to whatever they posting. How could we provide the quality of content if we reverse to, yeah, I just want to post food, I just want to post this one. If it has accident on the road, on the highway, Indonesian is not afraid of the case, but they try to how to say to take the picture, the video, to document it. Who is the faster? Is the better to upload it to give any information? Do we consider? Do we think over about what's good? After what's good, what's better to share? If it is not better to share to everyone, if subjectively it's good for us, why we have to put it? We have to use the knife to be selective in posting, in any posting, in any information what you want to share. That's what my perspective. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you to Mr. I think that's a good opinion because we have to think before we acting, especially for the social media because social media it's everywhere. Almost a whole of the world can know what you said in social media. Maybe to the other speaker, to the other participant, I will choose Puppy Adam, maybe. To Puppy Adam. I think, okay, Muhammad Iqbal Tawakal. Time is yours.
All right, so thank you very much for the second chance for me. And or the different question, what do you think about social media users in this country? Prudent or deficient? Based on the data, the users from our country, they are in, we can say we are at time as the most rudest user in social media. Yeah, some media say that because like if we can say when there is something happen, especially like some famous people from other country try to make a problem with our Indonesian famous people, our user in social media, they will like go to the famous people from that country and like try to give bad comment, bullying or something like that. And yeah, that's really a big problem for us. But if we want to see from another perspective, like yeah, even our user in social media are known as the rudest. In my as far as I'm concerned, the thing that we need to do is like we should do a lot of content that teach people, especially like teenagers or yeah, to use social media in a good way, because yeah, that's our talks, like how we can make people to know this is the good thing that you need to do in social media, and this is not a good thing that you need to do. We are still lack of it because yeah, if we go to your social media, like Instagram, TikTok, or something else, you will see most content of that social media, we can say it's full of negative, or we can say they are like just little bit benefit that you can get from it. So so that's the duty for us to be a good content creators, try to make a good content as well, and try to educate people like, oh, this is a good way for using social media. And even like you just make a little bit positive or good content in social media, it would be a big impact for people, because everybody has different circle. And I believe that everybody must try to be a content creators and share a good content as well in their environment. Thank you.
Okay, that's the great opinion, because in social media, especially, we have to share the positive things that can give knowledge to the other people. Okay, thank you for your opinion. Next, I think I will choose February. So, February, time is yours.
Yeah, hello, please. All right, I will try to answer the questions. All right, okay. What do you think about social media users in this country, prudent or deficient? Oh, wait a moment. I don't really understand the terms of prudent and deficient. Can you please explain me about this first, like prudent and deficient? What is the
Okay.
difference between them, Miss? Okay. All right,
Okay.
prudent just deficient. Okay, all right, all right. Okay. I'm so sorry because I cannot speak about the data like Mr. Iqbal before. My role model as well, like Mr. Cook. But however, if I have, in my personal opinion, I could say that the social media users in Indonesia is kind of deficient. I cannot say. Maybe it's because of the what do we call the the maturity. Uh, in my when I say about the maturity, it means that are you mature enough to use the social media itself? Not because of your age. I mean, like maybe you are 15, but you are mature enough to use the social media. I mean, you are wisely posting the feeds or commenting the posting of people's things like that. I guess that's what makes social media users different. The maturity of the user itself. If I have to, if we can have a look to the users right now, well, basically the users are mostly millennials and also Z generations, where we know that Z generations right now and their teens, teenagers, till not young adult, maybe young adult, things like that, where we know that they are emotionally unstable enough. So it means that they are trying to find their what do we call? They are trying to find their their, their what should I say? Jati diri. They are trying to find their jati diri, things like that. So that's why they are sometimes emotionally explode or even or give the opinion emotionally without thinking first, or even without uh, without knowing the rest, or without knowing the identity. Thank you so much, Mr. Didi. Without knowing the result after that. So that's the thing, I guess. In terms of the efficiency itself, I guess it's mostly because of the maturity, not because of how they use it. They can use it because the generations, uh, I could say they are born to use social media. They are born to use technology without learning, I guess. Because let's say that like different from other generations like millennials, or we need to adopt and also adapt with the social media terms. But right now, the generation, I guess, when we give them handphone, they can explore of the features of the handphone itself, the gadget itself. So, so we cannot deny that social medias are really closer to them as a Z generations. But in terms of the maturity, I'm not really sure that they are mature enough to use the social media. I think that's all, Miss.
Okay, yes, as the generation, I feel that exactly because sometimes we can control our emotion if we find some hate comment, maybe like that, something like that. So I think thank you to Mr. Fabry, and maybe we can go to the next slide. Okay, slide. A lot of people say before, which one do you use more often? To the next slide, please. Nah, this some of social media that burning in this era. So maybe anyone want to share what is the most using in your life, and then what do you get from that social media? Okay, maybe to Miss Putri, because you raise your hand.
All right, thank you so much. I use Instagram every day and also YouTube. There is
Oh,
two application that I always open every day. Instagram is of course for my needs, yeah, for my needs to socialize, virtually socialize with my friends. And I also share my daily life through my Instagram, but not all. It's only 2% actually from my daily life that I share through my Instagram. And I also working with Instagram. I do a lot of uh, things. I create contents. Uh, I also, if you have watch Instagram perubahan perilaku, satuan tugas COVID-19 bidang perubahan perilaku, I and my team manage that official Instagram in 21 to 22 when the COVID-19 in Indonesia still in pandemic status.
okay.
Yeah, I create 60 episodes of ngobras pelaku, and so that's why I have to working and using Instagram every day. And right now I'm still doing the same, but for another organization. And YouTube, I use YouTube for gain a new insight. I watch a lot of video from Gita Wiryawan. So I also like to watch self-development content from YouTube. So I used to watch YouTube every weekend, at least for 1 to 2 hours. And I used to hear or list. I used to listen Ustadz Adi Hidayat every day for 30 minutes from YouTube. So that's the most that's the two application that I always use in my daily life. But for Facebook, I have account but not an active user. TikTok, I have account but not an active user. I don't have Snapchat, but I do have Twitter, but it's just for like I have that account but I didn't use it for Twitter. So it's only Instagram and YouTube. And I think I use it cukup wise, yeah, wise enough because I use Instagram and YouTube for purpose, with purpose. So not using it just to killing my time. Thank you.
Okay, so I think you use both the social media, but of that social media too seriously, right? It's like not to maybe to have a refreshing and others. So that's true.
I do have time just for scrolling, not doing work, or I see Instagram for refreshing, but maybe it's only 2 hours from the 7 or 9 hours that I use Instagram every day.
Okay, so you are so wise to use social media because you use social media with the great and the good purpose. Okay, thank you to Miss Putri. Maybe the other one want to share their notion. Okay, I will choose May to Anis SN. Oh, this is Bobby Adam. Yeah, you can to Bobby Adam.
Hi, Jake. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Good night. So the first thing that I want to say why the social media that I really love to use in my daily life is Instagram because the first thing is my phone. My phone is running out of space, so I didn't download another social media platform. And the other things why I prefer using Instagram than the other social media because Instagram allows me to showcase my personality, my interests, and my experiences through my posts and story. I can also mention how I enjoy creating my profile to reflect my style, my passions, and my unique perspective. Also, Instagram provides me a platform to express myself and enabling me to share my moments, my memories, and aspects that in my life that really resonate with me. The other things also Instagram provides so many opportunities to connect with like-minded individuals and community to share my interests. I can also talk about how I value the ability to follow accounts, hashtags, or community related to my hobby, to my passions, or my professional fields. The other things also Instagram allow me to engage in conversation, receive support, and find an inspiration from others who share similar interests or aspirations. Apa lagi ya? I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay. So you don't use something like TikTok because TikTok is the burning application in this era, right?
Yes, I can use them actually, but unfortunately, my phone is running out of space, so I can download another social media. I have to change my phone. I have to buy a new one.
But especially, this is my opinion, I prefer to use Instagram than TikTok because that's a good application for us.
Yes, I do agree with that.
Next, okay, thank you to Bobby Adam, to Mr. Bobby Adam, and maybe next to Mr. Muhammad Iqbal. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. You just can call me equal, whatever. And like I mentioned it before, I do not use social media such as Instagram and TikTok for almost like 2 months anymore because I think it's really take a lot of my intention when I decided to use it. So like I did not use it anymore. And for social media, I prefer to use YouTube for getting a new insight, like watching Endgame podcast from Gita Huyawan, or I currently I used to I'm getting used to listen to a podcast by Google Podcast, and I'm not really sure. LinkedIn, is it count as a social media or social network? But yeah, I in my point, I just like have a LinkedIn as one of a social network for professional, and yeah, I guess LinkedIn is more worth it for us. Like we can connect with a professional, professor, or even like we can connect with a CEO from a startup. And yeah, that's really a big place for us to get a new or a lot of new insight in this world. But yeah, I can't deny maybe I'm going to use those platforms that I mentioned it before in the future to support my job as digital marketing specialist. So yeah, maybe I will use that one in the future, like TikTok or Instagram. Thank you.
Okay, that's make me shocked because you don't use social media like TikTok or Instagram. Okay, thank you for your opinion and thank you for your answer. Maybe we can go to the next slide. So this, how much time do you use to play social media? Because how long we play social media is one of the way to waste while using social media. There is some time, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and more than this. Okay, maybe anyone want to share about the notion? Okay, to Mr. Bobby. Time is yours.
Okay, thank you. So first of all, I think that the amount of time that we spend on the social media can vary greatly depending on our personal preference, lifestyle, and maybe priority. Uh, I spend my time in scrolling my social media almost every time I need it. Like I think this social media has been like a primer need for everyone because to connect with those who are living far away from us, we need social media. We need this social media to communicate, to interact, and to connect with our relative, our loved one, and mainly other people out there. Uh, Also, I think that some of us, we may choose to spend a significant amount of time on social media, enjoyment in browsing, interacting with content, and connecting with others. We may have a more limited usage pattern, but only accessing the platform occasionally or for specific purposes. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you to Mr. Bobby. And maybe we go to the next speaker. I will choose Renilda. To Miss Renilda, it's time for you. To Miss Renilda. Okay, maybe to Miss Sophie. Sophie, yeah.
Yes.
Answer.
Can you hear me,
Okay.
Miss?
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, I divided the time when I'm using social media as something that functional, like working or collaborate with other people, and the time where I just chill out, scrolling down, seeing my explore, or making stories like that. But if you're talking about the time when we waste our time in social media for having fun only, I think it's about 4 hours. It's pretty much I try to decrease it every single day, like because it's addicting. We all agree about it. It's so addictive, and once you open it, it's kind of hard to stop unless you feel starting to feel dizzy, or your body just told you that that's enough. That's why there is a code in social media that's when you uh, scrolling down social media too long, there would be a comment or a sentence appear, enough social media for today. Have you ever have you ever read that or heard that before? Because the longer you're scrolling down the social media, the weirder, if that the right word to say, you will see on your screen. But I can also stop using social media because I work. One of my work is in social media. I have to like uploaded content and do some communication there because not all the people we collaborate with would like to connect in WhatsApp because some people think that WhatsApp is too personal. So some people prefer DM. to as a communication. I think that's it. Thank you, Miss.
Okay, that's maybe not too long and not too short for hours using social media to refreshing your mind from your work. That's good. Maybe go to next slide. Okay. If you are a famous celebrity and you get a lot of hate comments on your social media, what are you doing to overcome this problem? It's like we know the famous people, it's like in Instagram, there are a lot of hate comments in their comments. So maybe anyone want to speak up about these cases?
Will be already raises his hand.
Okay. Yeah, to
Yes.
submit.
Yeah, I have never imagined how my life if I become a celebrity of someone who is famous. I think dealing with hate comments on social media can be so challenging, especially for those celebrities who often face a higher level of uh, public scrutiny. And I think there are things that we can do. The first thing, we are as celebrity, we don't have to take it personally, because uh, we have to remember that hate comments often say more about the person leaving them than about you, and develop a mindset where we can detach ourselves emotionally from negative comments and remind ourselves that we can control what others say or think. And also, most importantly, is that we have to focus on the positive thing instead of dwelling on hate comments or that bad things that already said by our followers. We just have to shift our focus to the positive feedback and support our receive. And also, we have to pay attention to the like message of encouragement, love, and appreciation from our fans and supporters. Uh, yeah, and also we have to surround ourselves with positivity that can help us counteract the negativity. That's all from me.
Yeah, I am totally agree with your opinion because sometimes we have to ignore what other people say to keep our mental health, like the C generation cases burning in this era is yes about the mental health for our life. Okay, thank you. Maybe to Miss Sophie. Yeah.
Okay, Miss. Thank you for your second opportunity, and I would like to say thanks. Sorry, sorry, I'm on the train.
Give a chance to others first.
Okay. Maybe for Mr. Iqbal.
All right, so thank you very much. And if you are a famous celebrity and you get a lot of hate, what are you doing to overcome this problem? All right, so first, well, the things I wanted to understand when we become a famous person, absolutely. Not only a positive impression we will get from public, but also we will also get a negative impression. So we need to accept it. Like some people like us, some people do not like us, and I'm in the same boat with Mr. Bobby said before. Like we just need to focus on positive things from our friends, from our supporter. So we don't need to spend a lot of time and overthinking about a negative comment from people that actually we also don't know who are they. So just try to control the things that you can reach and just try to let it go, the things that you cannot control. That's my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, that's not too far from Mr. Bobby. Because, like you said before, that we have to ignore about hate comments. But how if they always send the hate comments every you post if you post the something, they always hate about that. What will you do?
Oh my goodness, that's a really hard question. Okay. Um, yeah, personally, I guess I will not do anything. I mean, like, if we are a really, really famous person, celebrity, it means like we have a ton of fans in the world. And if there is just one person who hate us, so it's not a big problem. Just ignore the person until until like the person will realize, oh, it's useless to hate people, because you know what, when we hate to somebody, uh, is it like we are fulfilling a negative energy to ourselves as well? So yeah, in my opinion, it's useless on, or stop to hate people because it seems like you just hate yourself as well, and it will destroy yourself. Thank you.
Okay, that's the great answer. So thank you to Mr. Iqbal. Maybe we can go to the next slide, please. Okay, this still same question, like maybe like before. This one, how do you maintain ethics in using social media? Because we have to keep our ethics when we use social media to not hurt somebody else. Maybe anyone want to give the opinion about this or the answer? Or may okay to Mr. Bobby, time is yours.
Thank you. So I think maintaining our ethics in using social media is so crucial for creating a positive and responsible online environments. And I think the first thing that we have to do to maintaining ethics in using our social media is to respect each other. Treat others with respect and kindness. both in our own posts, in our own stories, and our interactions with the others. We have to avoid like engaging in cyberbullying, hate speech, or any form of harassment. And secondly, I think we have to think before we post something, before sharing content or making a comment. And the other things that we have to consider is to protect others' privacy, respect the privacy of ourselves and also the others, avoid sharing personal informations that uh that could compromise compromise our safety or the other safety. Apa lagi ya? I think that is the most important thing that we have to do to maintain our ethics in social media using.
You are muted, Fanny. Unmute, please.
Okay. I think I can add some it's like we have to think or we have to research first about the news that burning. It's like there is a news and you don't have to give like decision. It's like you have to research about the truly or the naturally or in the news. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Okay, maybe we can go to the next slide. Okay, guys. To commemorate 100th anniversary of Indonesia in 2045 as youth, what's the perspective on it? Commemorate, it's like memperingati. So maybe anyone want to share their perspective for
Uh,
this?
I'm sorry. What kind of perspective that we need to share?
I think it's related to social media things, maybe.
Oh yeah, I get it.
May I, Miss Penny?
Yeah, time is yours.
All right, thank you so much. I think to commemorate 100th anniversary of Indonesia in 2014 as youths, we have to prepare ourselves. I mean, like the first things that we need to prepare is our character. So whatever we become in 2045, the things that define us is our character. Is it a good is it I mean, like we must have a lot of skill, not only hard skill but also soft skill like leadership, integrity, and of course how to use social media wisely, how to optim op how to optimize social media so it's give a good impact not only for ourselves but also for our country. So the goals in Indonesia Emas 2045 20 and 45, it's Indonesia become the biggest country in economics, number 4. The big four, the biggest economic income. So it's mean we have to prepare ourselves. And the most important things is character. So that's why character building is very important right now. We have to spread the awareness of this character building, including the social media things. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Yes, that's the good perspective because I'm totally agree with you because we have to aware about the generation character. In this, maybe we can increase the for the good character the next 100th anniversary of Indonesia in 20 and 45 as youth. Thank you to Miss Putri. Anyone? Okay, to Mr. Bobby.
So thank you so much. Yeah, I think it's still far away from now, but there are so many things that we have to prepare to face this good year. And I think we as younger generations, we have to better use our social media. And there are some things that I can advise to everyone here, to every youth in Indonesia. The first thing is to set our goals and intentions in using social media. Determine what we want to achieve through our social media usage. Are we looking to connect with friends or sharing our activities, sharing our creativity, stay informed, or promote a cause? Also, are we like setting clear goals will help us better use social media and use social media more intentionally and avoid mindless scrolling. And the other thing is we have to establish boundaries and allocate specific time limits for social media using. It's easy uh uh to get caught up in endless scrolling social media. So uh we have to know and prioritize our other activities in our life that will help maintain our healthy balance. Uh, the other things also is that we have to be mindful of content consumption. Do practice critical thinking and fact checking before sharing or reacting to a content, because in the recent years we can see there are a lot of our younger generation that share a news without checking the truth of the news. So be aware of the potential bias, misinformation, or sensationalism that can be present. We also have to engage with diverse perspective and seek out reliable sources of informations. That's all from me, I think. Thank you.
Okay, thank you to Mr. Bobby. That's the great perspective because yes, we have to prepare, start from now, even still a long time. So this is my last slide. Maybe I will to Mr. Kudori. Time is yours.
Okay, thanks a lot. Mr. Didi, Do you wanna say something? I give you a few minutes, at least
No,
1
I
minute.
just want to say that in 2045, I'm no longer as a youth. So I'm probably going to be a daddy or someone. So commemorating 100,000 years in 2045 seems a little bit impossible for me. But let's just make it a little bit like earlier. Commemorating in 75 years probably. I think someone else probably already stating all their notions. So I'm just want to say that in 2040, I'm no longer youth. So
It's just an assumption, sir.
I know, I know. I just want to say that, but it's really interesting question.
I think need your opinion. What is about the 2045? I know we are not here anymore. We are in another world. But our children, our granddaughters, the grandsons is still there, right? And what will is your assumption when the 2045? What it's like the Independence Day? Are they happy or I think
Okay.
they are, yeah, something like that. Maybe they are will victory others. I don't know. Maybe in my thought it's marginalization, yeah, because yeah, maybe we cannot reject the God's govern that said that just only ours that can change our faith, right? Our apa tuh nasib apa sih faith ya? Yeah, something like that. Maybe if that's happened, you will have to come to the God, to your religion, and clean your heart, and don't hate the Singapore and the China because they apa get there because their own effort and God give their permission for that. And we will say that, oh, Joko is right, and he not hate us, but he see that they have the potential, and maybe we have to smaller our world, yeah, so maybe our part is in the akhirat, maybe like that. It's for Islam there is no end up, but of course I think everyone have to um trying first, right, before surrender, yeah, because we never know the result if we try another option. But if there was no way out and we have to accept that the foreign is the owners of our nation, so back to our religion, they are human, we cannot hate them, yeah, they are also our civilization, they are same with us, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Miss Eka, for sharing this one. Okay, I would like to give any comment to to this one because the time is limited. So I will give a comment related to this today's discussion, tonight's discussion. Okay, it has the way how to say mengasuh. We can say that take care of. Netiquette, etiquette. Netiquette means etika per internet. Etiquette means etiquette. Ya, compare, membandingkan surrounding, around, sekitar, brawl, tawuran. Prudent, bijaksana tadi ya. Division, kurang baik. And then jati diri, identity, commemorate, tadi memperingati, and merayakan. Okay, as usual, the way how we expressed in order to get progress, we can say the way how to say I think, maybe I think we can change with I assumed, I suppose, what else? Supposed. I, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, I reckoned, and so on. We can use another way to say I think in order to in order to obtain improvement. And what else? I think, and yeah, can. We can say other words, able to plus verb one, or be capable of plus verb in. Yeah, you can say this word in order to get improvement in every single discussion on weekly discussion. Okay, that's all what I can share today. I will share this one to our group. Thanks ever so much for your coming. And before we end our meeting, I need the documentation. Now, please feel free for someone to open up your good-looking face. Either you wanna go to you wanna go to bed.
Uh, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, sure.
Uh, I just want to say thank you so much for conducting such an interesting and amazing
Mm-hmm.
meeting. Uh, I hope that I can join the next sessions. And
Sure.
also thank you so much, Iqbal, for sharing me the informations.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to join the next sessions.
Yeah,
Where we
sure.
can get the informations to get the next session.
Okay, sorry for interrupting. What about if you become the next speaker for the next and yeah discussion? This would be great. I'm going to get here like what shall you prepare for that one?
The diplomacy is good.
Oh my God, I think it's gonna be hard. I don't know if I'm still here because
What?
I'm gonna go back to my village next week, but
Oh,
I will try I'll try my best for sure to still join the session.
okay, just chit chat on WhatsApp and yeah, I guess it will be good as well to add you in our group so you will get like notification every week for a new discussion. All right, thank you, Bobby.
Miss Eka, would you mind showing your good looking, Miss Anis?
I'm not very the job and I'm not good looking. I'm sorry.
Everyone is good looking.
Are
You
you
just need to be
good
confident.
Exactly.
Okay, Felice. Okay, let me count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not close the door. Yo, time. The first picture. 1, 2, 3, go. Miss Sophie is in railway station. Next one. The next slide. And the next slide. The next style. 1, 2, 3, go. Once more. Nanti dapat prize, door prize. Fried rice. 1, 2, 3, go. Thank you very much for your joining this meeting. If you are curious the way how you get this discussion, make sure that you can join in the next discussion with a different topic, of course, with a different moderator. Thank you very much. And before we end, when I say OTA community, don't forget to say yesterday, you say tomorrow. OTA community,
Yesterday.
you
Today.
say
Yes,
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Thank you very much. See you next week.
Yay.
Thank you,
Bye bye.
Thank
everyone.
you
Have
so
a good night.
much. See
See
you
Anytime,
you.
guys. See you next week.
anytime, Miss
You.
Putri, Fanny, Bobby, Mr. Iqbal,
To
my lord.
everyone.
Miss Annis, sure.
Hola.